in front of us. What happened? What are we doing today?
Today we are here in
It's a
Cheonggyecheon.
Christmas night. Look at these crowds. Like they're giving candies downstairs.
Yes, because
The Cheonggyecheon street is turned into chocolate and gingerbread. So that's what we're getting.
Sure, it is.
Okay, let's go now. Woo! Woohoo! Wow. This is the 2025 Seoul Lantern Festival set along Cheonggyecheon Stream in central Seoul. This season's official theme is My Light, Our Dream, the Magic of Seoul. The slogan is Magical Moments that Illuminate Seoul's Winter Nights. The festival runs nightly from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with free entry, and the main Cheonggyecheon route stretches from Cheonggye Plaza to Samil Bridge. The walk is organized into 4 zones: Miracle Seoul, Golden Secret, Dreamlight, and Seoul Fantasia, plus an additional display area at Ucheon Stream. And yes, the Cheonggyecheon exhibition is extended through January 18th. Before electric lights, people had to work with whatever glow they could find. This zone turns that history into sculptures, from Han Seok-bong studying by candlelight with his mother to Korea's first telephone call at Doksugung in 1896. It's a quick way to see how Seoul moved from old wisdom to the start of a new era. Seoul in the early 1900s shows up here through a lantern version of Korea's first public transport, the streetcar. It's a small throwback to a ride that used to be part of everyday life. Electricity completely changed daily life in Seoul. This section follows that shift, from the first utility poles to nights lit by electric lamps, and even the TV era, showing how light became part of the everyday. These lanterns recreate Seoul landmarks that appear in the Netflix animation K-pop Demon Hunters, so you can see the city's pop culture side in festival form. This piece was made for the Seoul Lantern Festival to mark 20 years since Cheonggyecheon's restoration. It uses AI to imagine what Cheonggyecheon could look like in the future, with tech and nature designed to coexist, showing a version of Seoul that keeps evolving. A name people don't talk about enough, Jang Yongshil, one of Joseon's greatest scientists. The original musical The Man in Hanbok brings him back, then runs with the story across time and place. And tonight that idea shows up here too, glowing along Cheonggyecheon. This installation is based on the gat, the classic Joseon scholar hat, now reworked into a modern style icon. It's a simple way to show how Korean tradition keeps getting remixed into today's global culture. Modern life shows up here in a fun way, animals acting out everyday scenes, plus MZ slang and keywords turned into traditional style lanterns. It's designed to feel familiar for younger visitors while still keeping the classic lantern look. This section uses LED effects to recreate the festival atmosphere, with light scenes and people shown in a way that looks almost like it's moving. Ray Moon 2025 by Han Won-seok turns discarded street lighting into a moon. Polar Bear Story by artist Kim Rae-hwan uses a bear sculpture to point directly at the climate crisis and to get visitors thinking about protecting the natural environment. Fountain of Dreams is an LED fountain installation that uses light patterns to mimic water movement, creating a short looped show you can watch from multiple angles and film easily from the side of the stream. Love Magikarp is the festival's main installation built around a simple Pokemon storyline. Magikarp is known as the weak, almost helpless fish Pokemon, but it can eventually evolve into Gyarados, one of the most powerful. That gap between where you start and where you want to end up is the whole concept here. You will see 100 Magikarp, each tied to a wish for growth, plus Gyarados as the goal figure. It's set up as a New Year wish spot, so people stop, pick one lantern, and make a wish for what they want to become next. Made for the festival's 20th anniversary of Cheonggyecheon's restoration, this piece looks back at everyday life here in the 1950s and 60s with references to Panjacheon and Supyosok. Supyosok was a stone marker used to measure the stream's water level, so it's a small detail that ties the whole Cheonggyecheon story together. The Yangban Tao is the classic Haho nobleman mask with a smile that can read as generous but also a bit arrogant. The Pune Tao stands out for its detailed features and a more seductive expression. This area is lit by Fly's Superboard, a playful nod to childhood, plus a 5-meter peacock that opens its wings in lights as a dream centerpiece. The giant Soldao, Seoul Moon, which you could previously only see in Uido, is now floating above Cheonggyecheon for the festival. It's one of the biggest landmarks on the route, and it's set up as a dedicated photo zone so people line up for wide shots, portraits, and group pics with the moon in the background. If you want clean photos, come earlier in the evening before the crowds build. Nongshim, one of the biggest names in K-ramyeon, has a theme display here focused on taking K-ramyeon from Korea to the world. The concept is their idea of a joyful world connected by ramyeon, and it ties into a milestone coming up in 2026 when Shin Ramyeon hits its 40th anniversary as one of the most recognizable Korean noodle brands worldwide. This lantern is inspired by Alishan, Taiwan, known for its forest railway, mountain woods, and easy walking trails. It's basically a reminder to slow down, take a breath, and make your own Taiwan travel moment. This lantern is based on Prague's astronomical clock, first installed in 1410 and often described as the oldest astronomical clock still operating. The design also pulls from the mobile game Playing Prague, mixing the city's history, famous figures, and bohemian vibe. Haechi and friends fly over Cheonggyecheon in a spaceship-style lantern set against Seoul's night skyline. A 13-meter magic castle built with neon flex is the main centerpiece here, with butterfly lights rising above it for a big photo moment. Under Samilgyo Bridge, they use projections and lasers to create an aurora-style light show along Cheonggyecheon, so you can watch it and film it from the riverside path. LED Sparks was the last installation I saw, and it's one of the prettiest for video. The neon LEDs hit the water and you get clean reflections on the stream, especially if you film from a low angle near the edge. It got way too cold, so we ended up cutting the walk short and heading up to the food and display area above the stream. It was packed and the lines were moving so slowly that we just didn't have the patience to stand there for hours. So we did the most Seoul winter thing instead. We found a Korean fried chicken spot nearby and called it a night with chicken, a couple drinks and a warm table. Honestly, it was the perfect reset after being outside for so long.
What did you say?
너무 맛있다.
너무 맛있어요. 너무 많이 맛있어요. 맛있게 드세요. 정말 대.
They don't understand our culture.